Hello my lovelies and welcome back to let's replay for the third time Blasphemous, but for the first time the add-on Wounds of Eventide, which again I am just enthralled by. They've done so much to expand this game and this world. It is wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful, and I know for a fact that Blasphemous 2 is in production right now. What it will be, how it will manifest, I just don't know. I mean, there's so much implied. It could even be... oh yes, I've moved on a little bit since the last time, by the way, because it was just transitional. This is where we're going now. We are where the olive trees wither. And what we need to do, we need to scale these very lofty peaks and find the hidden cathedral at the top. And that will enable us to... well, first of all, we'll be able to find one of the great pains that we need to find, which is one of the bosses, essentially. And we will also be able to fill this chalice that we have, which we can take to the gentleman down there who's sealed inside of a tree, and it will help him, sort of, insofar as we help anyone in this game. But yeah, this is where the olive trees wither. It's an absolutely beautiful area of the game that actually, when you read the background and the bits of flavor text that come with all of the items and the spells and the upgrades, this is a really significant area where the olive trees wither. There was once upon a time when this was like one of the most fruitful and beautiful areas of Custodia, but the coming of the miracle has changed that. As the name of the place suggests, it's where the olive trees wither, it's where the crops fail, it's where the world changes dramatically. And there's a lot of secrets here too. A lot of secrets. It's a very tricky, very... there's a lot of sort of game mechanics at play in this area. When we get up towards the top, if you remember from my last Let's Play of the game, there's going to be like a wind mechanic which buffets and shunts you all over the place when you're jumping. That's very tricky. We've got these guys everywhere. The guys tied to the bells, who are pains in the arse, quite frankly, because you can't use the normal techniques to avoid them, since they are not impeded by fuck. Oh well, I'll just get us right back there. They're not impeded by the terrain like other enemies are. Yeah. Anywho, here we are again, back in the same area. I do love those enemies though. The spectral enemies are particularly impressive, I find. There are so many cults of Custodia. I mean, I'd assume that these guys are something to do with Hondo, since they are connected to bells, right? And that seems to be very, very specific in this world. Listen to the music, it's so melancholy. You can see in the background, if you look very closely, you can see the remains of the churches and the olive farms and whatnot that used to be here, back before the miracle became manifest. When the people of Custodia prayed to a thing called the High Will, or the High Wills, which seems to be the power behind the miracle, perhaps, maybe. Assuming that one can take the Gospels of Old Custodia as literal. I mean, the miracle is literal. The miracle is a very real thing, because you can see it in everything. It's not just a matter of belief, as we discussed last time. It's physical in everyone's... It's in the land, it's in the physics of this world. It's one of those strange worlds like Lothric and Lordran and Drangleic from the Dark Souls games, and indeed like Yharnam from Bloodborne, where the physical and the metaphysical are the same thing. There's no distinction between the two. So the miracle here is as real as gravity is. Remains of Tentudia's hair, yeah, we'll need that. We'll definitely need that. I think I can take that to a place in Albiro, and that's going to be rather useful. The temple in Albiro. So yeah, the miracle is as significant and undeniable as gravity or thermodynamics in this world. It's just something you accept. What the miracle is and how it manifests and why, that's another question. And that is the graveyard of the peaks. This is where we have to scale the mountain, and it's tricky. Before we do that though, there's some stuff. This for one thing. Want to get as many of them as possible. Aha! Another little secret. What have we got here? Ooh, the ankle bone of Weston the Pilgrim. Okay, let's see what Weston's got to say, shall we? No, nothing new here? Oh well. His travelling companion assured him that he would wait for him at the next shelter, just a day away. When Weston arrived the next day... Oh dear. Oh, hang on. There we go. Ah, I've lost it. Hang on. There was no one there, nor the day after that. So Weston the Pilgrim just stayed here waiting for his companion and died. That's sad. Ah, this is what we need. Good. The introduction in the last game of the ability to teleport between these is the best thing. It's made the game just so much more interesting. Aha! Now I want this.
What I am offering you here is as lustrous as the fair star of the night.
Not so sure about that, but it is very cool.
My eyes be blinded if I'm lying.
Stab, stab. The soft white ribbon used during marriage ceremonies has been torn, thus destroying its delicate embroideries. One of the 3 remains of an unfinished ceremony. The wounds inflicted by a broken oath rarely ever find healing. Yeah, we want this. Torn bridal ribbon. Yeah, we definitely want this. It's part of the puzzle. What is the character's name? Really brilliant, beautiful creature in this game. I can never remember their name, though. The 3 sisters intertwined into one. Number 1, yes, brother. It's been a long time since I stopped officiating nuptials. Since the day those 3 sisters embraced each other, praying. Since the day they asked the miracle itself to help them to avoid such a holy bond. Yeah, that basically describes what happened to them. The miracle has twisted them together into one entity. I don't know if have we been down there yet, where there's the egg of hair they're sort of pupating in? I don't think we have yet. We'll go down there a little later. We need to find all of the items first that we can offer to them. I think we have most of them, but not all of them. Not yet. Now, let me see. What have we got here? Ah! Yes, the Immaculate Bead. We want this. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Escribar. So the Immaculate Bead is very significant. We do want to put that on, like, as soon as possible. As we die and as we accrue guilt, the bead absorbs it, effectively, and becomes more and more corrupt. And once it's fully corrupted, we can use it to enter another realm that's accessed through the desecration and destruction of the Escribar statues. It's how you get the full ending of the original version of the game. The good ending, quote unquote. And it's very tricky. You have to destroy all of the Escribar statues, and then you have to do all of the challenges that result. As you can see, the wind here has a very particular effect on your jumping, so you need to be bloody careful. You need to make sure it's flowing in the right direction whenever you do a risky jump, because if you don't, it's gonna carry you into a pit or something to that effect. The backgrounds here are beautiful. The great carved mountains, which are, well, they may not even be carved, they may have just been shaped by the miracle. If you look very carefully as well, the mountains, there are hollow areas in the mountains. There's the remains of old structures, like old temples and cells and things. It's very cool. You see the windows over to the right there? So much is implied in the storytelling of this game, because of course it's a 2D game. It's kind of limited in capacity with regards to its storytelling, so it utilizes visuals in the same way that a lot of Metroidvanias do. Just like Hollow Knight, which we will finish, by the way. I will be going back to that in the new year. Just like the original Super Metroid, just like the Castlevania games. I mean, Blasphemous, though, is particular in that regard, I would say. Custodia is one of the most well-realised of all those worlds. All of the Metroidvania game worlds, I would say. It's one of the best. It's beautiful. Ooh, can we make that? We might just make it. There we go. Occipital of Tequila the Metalsmith. Tequila. Tequila was not your everyday metalsmith. Skulls were the basis of his creations, with jeweled skulls his speciality. His last wish was to become the most beautiful piece in his own collection. Well, maybe he succeeded. I don't know. I don't know what it's doing up here. Tequila. That is... well, that's clearly the internet name of a backer, isn't it? You know. Oh, an empty bile vessel. Useful. Just up my health a little bit, which we will need up here. There are two bosses up here. There's the Our Lady of the Charred Visage, who's quite a tricky boss, actually. And then there's also one of the Saitas. One of the Saitas is up here, and that boss is very difficult. We may not do the Saita yet. We may need to upgrade ourselves a little bit more before we tackle her. Because they are hard bosses. And we're going to do them all, obviously. You have to defeat all the Saitas to get... well, to get the ending from the last DLC, which we will want. We'll also be doing the parameters for the new DLC, obviously. There are two new bosses, I think, to face, and boy... oh ho ho ho! Just wait. I fought one of them. I have fought one of them already in my own... save file, the one I'm not doing for this Let's Play, and bloody hell, you would not believe she's very tough. Now what do we need? What do we need? We need the one that makes the yeah, we need that, and we need this. That's for damn sure. The gnarled tongue. Delicious. That's where she is. The Saita's up there. She's just up there. Now, oh god, should I even attempt it? Yeah. Oh, I can't yet. I can't. She's not awake yet. We haven't found the guy with the horn. He's in the cathedral. There's nothing up there yet. It's just an empty cliff. Forgot. God damn it. So we need to find him first, I think, if I remember correctly. I don't think we can access it this way anyway. It's very tricky, that. Now, let's see. I need the wind to blow the other way. Then I can do that. I said it before when we played through this game, but you know, this is not, by no means is this environmental thing a new technique. This is from ages ago. There used to be platformers on the Commodore Amiga. Tentudia's skeletal remains. Oh, another Tentudia relic. Excellent. Remains of the novice Tentudia. They were isolated from the rest, so she could not receive a holy burial. Ah, it's a shame. So, what have we got? That is very... the nuns planned her execution in utmost secrecy, even without a trial or report to the church, in fear it would reach the ears of the implacable inquisitors of the miracle. So, after her condemnation, they did not give her the proper burial worthy of the sisters of the nunnery, but instead buried the remains of her body scattered around the vicinity, because it is known that if one's body is not whole in the burial, the soul will not cross through to the dream. Well, that's unpleasant. God, these nuns were not pleasant at all. It's reason enough for us to send the penitent one after them and to destroy what's left of their order, don't you think? That's where we're going now, by the way. And it's definitely what we're going to do. Nah. Just let the wind blow us. Woo! Yeah, I don't think we can do this yet. Nah. Okay, we'll come back. When we found the guy with the horn whose name I can never remember. Gonna be careful here. What should we put on? Let's take off that for now. And we'll put on the linen of golden thread, just in case we fall. It would just prevent us from dying. This is a very nasty placement of enemies. But then again, that's what this game does. Nah. Normally you wouldn't be able to make these jumps. You have to wait for the wind to pick up. Then you can do it. Just. Woo! There we go. Okay. I love the frozen people look. That's very cool. You get the impression that the snow swept through here very suddenly. When the miracle deemed it fit. Okay, now this is tricky. The timing here has to be just so, otherwise you can't make it, you'll just fall. There we are. Excellent. Whoop. Oh, I wish they stayed together. They would have been easy to kill then. Like that, that's wonderful. You can hit them both at once like that. There we go. Wonderful. Okay, what's that? Don't know what that is. Need to wait for the wind to blow the other way. Then we can make it. There we go. But yeah, I remember a game called Turrican 2 on the Amiga. The second level of Turrican 2 had this exact mechanic in it, where you had to watch the way the wind... Oh, frig. The way the wind was blowing, and you had to jump accordingly. That was a very old game, Turrican 2. Bloody hell. I'm doing well here. I'm doing all of my own progress. Yeah, it was one of the very first games I ever played, Turrican 2, many, many moons ago. It's an old action platformer, I suppose you could call it, but it did have elements of a Metroidvania about it. It had levels, unlike most Metroidvania games, but the levels were massive, and had loads of like secret areas and crevices, so clearly we'd already got whatever the hell that was. Kind of an action platform adventure game. Very cool. Excellent soundtrack by Chris Hulsbeck, a legendary composer from the era. Did loads of some of the best soundtracks of the era, actually. Oh, hello.
Sister of mine, as I foretold you, someone is heading towards the Forbidden Gate.
Someone
who seeks the purge and excommunication of all that is sacred and rests there. No. Do not place your doubts on me. I am ready.
You know, lots of assumptions going on there, mate. What makes you think I've come to do all of that? Convent of Our Lady of the Charred Visage. So yeah, these nuns have got a thing about disfiguring their own faces and then hiding it behind masks. See? Just like their saint, who we're here to, well, to make a martyr out of. Again. She's already been martyred once, we're going to martyr her all over again. A Convent of Our Lady of the Charred Visage. That's a mouthful, isn't it? Ooh, there's a corpse here. I can talk to that. I'm going to make a habit of it, talking to corpses. People would think we're strange, you know? The sisters humble themselves before two holy figures in their crypts. What secrets might they be keeping? Two holy figures. Their eyes anticipate sacrifices, anticipate pain, anticipate blood. Alright. I can't remember quite what that refers to. We'll find out though. I'm sure. Oh, hello. These are basically the equivalents of the flea men from Castlevania, and they're just as annoying. Yeah, she actually breathes fire, this one, which is kind of interesting. Ha! I love the way she burns up, it's so comical. Mind you, the death animations are generally comical, I find. They're so elaborate, there's so much grue and gore. Graveyard of the Peaks. Oh. I don't think I can do that yet. I'll have to come back this way a little later on. Now that goes down, I believe. It takes us down to Albiro, if I remember correctly. Oh no, it's the other one that takes us down to Albiro. This one brings us here. Okay, and we can use this to get to here. Very useful!
Take the necks of my deep pain.
I love a hat. I'm not so keen on the swords in the chest. As fashion statements go, it seems rather extreme. And it's rather cumbersome as well, isn't it? I mean, they'd keep falling out if you're wandering around with them like that. You've acquired Knot of Rosary Rope. Yay! You'd have to use some tape or something to keep them in, wouldn't you? Oh, hello, Escribar. Oh, I can actually destroy that statue now, if I want to. But we'll do that a little later. I'll do all the statues in sequence. Oh, flea men. They're not flea men, it's just what they remind me of. He's a one-man force of absolute destruction, isn't he, the penitent one? Not much in Custodia that can stand against him, that's for damn sure. Okay. I wonder what this corpse was talking about. I'm going to call the video that. Oh fuck, I need the stone on, which prevents me from getting poisoned, effectively. Don't want to get too close to them. You see the pots with people in them, they will smack you with. Look at that. And that is really damaging, that attack. It's a really nasty piece of work, that one. Alright, you. Alright. Hurt. And again. Hurt. Hurt. Excellent. If you notice, you smash their mask, and that's what causes them to die. It's part of the convent's penitence that they all wear masks to hide their disfigurement. And they disfigure their own faces. That's also part of their religion, or their faith. Goodbye, madam. Excusez-moi. Tears of Atonement, okay. I like the whole sort of Notre Dame Quasimodo burning oil thing. I think that's rather cool. And historically quite accurate. A lot of cathedrals actually did use that technique to defend themselves. A lot of them needed to, since, you know, people were constantly declaring other people heretic or blasphemous or whatever, and then going to kill them on that basis. Although I do believe this, as cathedrals go, this one's a little bit more elaborate than most real cathedrals. Generally speaking, they don't have the hot oil spilling inside, indoors. But then again, it kind of does suit Custodia, doesn't it? It's all part of that obsession with discomfort and pain and mutilation. I'm sure there are those who sort of hurl themselves into it in religious ecstasies. Ugh. Excuse me, madam. Ooh, that was close. Goodbye. I like the way she melts. That's cool. We're actually quite... Ow, thank you. We're getting quite close to the boss now. She's, I'd say she's one of the trickier of the early bosses. She's usually the one you do last, not... Are we doing her first? I think we're doing her first or second? I can't remember. Oh, Sternum of Vitas, the performer. Okay. Custodia remembers with admiration the name of Vitus Varnus. He inspired the lives of his people through his altruistic actions as well as his inspirational words. Okay, that's cool. Vitus Varnus. I like that. Yeah, I think she's the first boss we're doing, isn't she? She's usually the third boss that you do, which is the last boss in the first chapter of the game, the first sequence of the game. And she's very tough. She's very tough indeed. But she's one of those bosses where she's toughest when you don't know her patterns. The minute you've got her patterns down, she's actually quite doable. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ooh, this is a very unpleasant conjunction of enemies and traps. Because we can't get to her until we've done all of these. So there's no quick path through this, unfortunately. We've got to kill them all. I love the detail on the Penitent One's sword. If you look very closely on the animation model, you can see the thorns wrapped around its hilt that represent his guilt and his own peculiar expiation. Very cool. If you stand still for long enough as well, he weeps blood. You know how we saw him very early on fill his helmet with blood? That's part of the Penitent One's faith. the helmet is perpetually filled with blood. And so he weeps blood. It's really... bleh. And very cool. Goodbye! Ow! Oh well. Ah! Ooh! Ooh! Right. Hello, madam. I love the implication that that pot is filled with people. Right? It's filled with penitents, yeah? Righty-ho. God, it lets you get away with nothing, does it, this game? It's just punishing. It's absolutely punishing. That's part of its appeal, though, I suppose. There is a... I suppose the masochism of Custodia is echoed in the masochism of the game, in many respects. Oh, shit, I need that stone on again, don't I? There we go. Ah! Oh my god, there's a lot of them up there. I wonder if I can deal with them from down here, if that's possible. I might be able to. Some of them anyway. Maybe not. Which way should we go? Should we go down first? Should we try going down first? Just see what's down here. There is a shortcut we can activate around here that takes us right back to the... here we are. This is what we need. This takes us back to the first shrine. There we go. I do love these Metroidvania loops and shortcuts. There's something very fulfilling about that. I don't know whether it's just because it takes me back. It makes me recall games like the original Super Metroid. Oh yeah, the ghostly nuns. These things are pains. They shoot lightning at you. And they sort of randomly appear and disappear all over the place. They're pains. Hello, you. Oh, shouldn't have done that. Yeah. I love the way they slump to their knees before they die. Every enemy in this game has such an elaborate death animation. It's quite brilliant. Especially if you get one of the executions that he can do. Oh, can't hit me from there, can you? Yeah. Oh, you can hit me there, definitely. And from there. Whoa! Oh! Shenanigans, I hit you there. Ooh, what's that? It's probably just Tears of Atonement, to be honest, because we've got pretty much everything from our previous playthrough. Yeah. Gotcha. Ooh, hello. Goodbye, madam. I'm gonna break your mask. Oh, hello. Execution style. Oh! Oh! Was that really necessary? That was a little bit of overkill, wasn't it? So he knocks her mask off, then he eviscerates her, then he just stabs her corpse, and just to make sure, you know? Make sure she's properly dead. And properly desecrated as well. That seems to be a particular penchant of the penitent ones. He likes desecration. What have we got here? Oh, hello, the phalanx of Miriam the Counsellor. Miriam Bartow knew what it took to succeed, but fate is unpredictable. Though a terrible illness shortened her life, her legacy was eternal to those who loved her. Oh, okay. Interesting. The phalanx of Miriam the Counsellor. Yeah. I love the fact they've made like little backstories for all of these, all of the backers. It's kind of cute. They've basically become part of the world of Custodia. It's really cool. I mean, one gets the impression from those little stories that Custodia, before the miracle, and despite being like religiously quite conservative, was like a relatively normal set of cultures, right? It had all the structures of like a sort of Renaissance period society, right? Like a Renaissance Italy, or something to that effect. But the miracle changed everything. it reduced everything to this. Well, this is a state that has no real equivalence, to be honest. The manifestation of the miracle kind of does away with equivalence. Come on. Oh, this one's a pain. Oh, because it keeps teleporting so far away. Ow, thank you. Yeah, this one is a right pain in the ass. Alright, yeah. Oh, ooh. Oh, the blue candle. I don't need it. I've already got the bead of wax, so I don't need that. Nothing I can do with it anyway. To get the blue bead of wax, you have to light 3 candles in the world in order. And to get the red bead of wax, you need to light 3 red candles in order. We don't need to do it, because we've already got the beads of wax, so... That's one ball ache we don't have to put up with. Gotcha. Do I have to kill her? I probably don't have to, but I kind of want to. Goodbye, yeah, Matron Mother. Mind you, you're not the Matron Mother, are you? The Matron Mother is up here, and she's a pain. You're just a sister, aren't you? I like the way they explode as well. It makes you wonder what they've ingested. This being Custodia, it could be anything, couldn't it? There's one of the red candles up there too. Oh, you... Ooh. This is mean. This is, like, properly mean. Yes, so this has all got to be done in order. To do it right, you've got to do it in order. Otherwise, you're going to come a cropper. You're going to be knocked off by enemies constantly. Okay. Should we do this first? Do we need to? Is there anything over here or not? Nah. Bloody hell. Hello, madam. Oh, well, there's the red candle, I suppose. There's that. That's not exactly significant to us, unfortunately. If I got coffee or tea here, I can't remember. It's one or the other. It's tea. Much to my disappointment. Oh, we're nearly there. This is the way. This is the climb to the lady. The Madam of the Charred Visage. I'm going to be very careful here. It's very easy to get knocked down and then have to do the climb again. Which is a right pain in the backside. Which I suppose the Penitent one would appreciate. As would most people in Custodia. They like that sort of thing. Oh, this is where he is. What's his name? This guy. I can never remember his name.
Penitent one, the moment has arrived. It is your choice that I sound this bugle that weighs down my arms and twists my spine.
Oh, it's my choice, is it? First I've heard of it, mate.
It is your choice that its bronze exhumes the crystal tombs where the Amanasidas await you.
The Amanasidas.
Do you...
Ah, there it is. This is the first. There she is. So we have to go and break the tomb and release the soul inside and then fight it.
One Amanasida has already awoken, which is why the Saita is already resounding.
Okay, cool. Anything back here? Nope. Alright then.
The Amanasidas of the miracle await you.
Yeah, there's a backstory regarding the Amanasidas, which is really dark and unpleasant. We'll be seeing it when we get there. You'll see it for yourselves. When we fight them. If I remember correctly, this one over here is the one with the bow, and she's very tough. Ah, okay, so on we go to the Lady of the Charred Visage. Hello.
From a place of blessings have I been entrusted with watching over you, penitent one. Thus it has been arranged.
I don't know why I even agreed to this. She is useless.
My name is Viridiana.
You are useless,
A
Viridiana.
gift with which I can assist you in carrying your burden if required. But only you can make that choice.
Useless.
Penitent one in silence. Will you require my assistance with your next task?
I don't know what it does if you dissent. I don't know what the... You may as well assent because her story arc actually has some significance, so... oh, here she is. Ah! Look at that, it's amazing. The Lady of the Charred Visage. Again, that thing with the molten gold. That is very significant to the mythology of this game. God, she's amazing, isn't she? Absolutely beautiful. Look at the way her eyes follow you. I mean, when you know her patterns, she's not that bad. She's still very tough, you've got to get it right, you know? But she isn't too terrible. I mean, compared to some bosses in this game, she's a piece of cake. Especially the ones from the DLCs, oh my god. Okay, hang on. What spell have I got on? And will any of them be of use here? Let me think. Oh, there are 3 other spells we haven't got. We'll have to find them, wherever they are. I can't do the Tirana yet, I haven't got the... That might be good. She's got such a small hitbox for most, compared to most of the bosses too. Just the exposed brain. My god, she is not happy about our intrusion at all, is she? Oh, other hand now! She's going to start doing 2 attacks at once, which is really tricky. Look, the molten gold is dripping from her hands as well, and it's also like coating her fingers. It's really cool. That's it. That's where I want you to be. This is where she's most easily hit. Oh god, this is tricky. So much going on at once. Just like I said, wait till we meet the boss from the ossuary. You've seen nothing. This is nothing compared to that. You see, she's useless. It takes forever for her to heal you. And by the time she's done with her stupid ritual, it takes... You're dead. You know, she is absolutely useless in these fights. Really, you only agree, not because it provides you an advantage, but because... Ah, there we go. Oh, look, she's bleeding gold everywhere. She's done. Requiem aeternum indeed. It's because of the story. That's the only reason you do that. Oh, she's gone. She's dead. So I believe that's the first, isn't it? Hello. One of the great martyrs of the miracle. A keeper of one of the great pains. Look at this. Hello!
In the name of the great ordeal and the sons of the miracle.
Yes.
When you humbled yourself before my most holy body, you have been granted the presence of my golden visage.
Oh joy.
Custodian of one of the 3 sorrows of the soul in penance.
It's a beautiful thing.
Miracle has chosen me amongst all the peers, just as it chose you to walk on this sacred sea.
Oh, it's sacred, is it? Alright.
May the gold in my visage melt and erase the compunction of your soul.
Ah, so this is Compunction, okay.
Return now from the dream.
They're all different sins. The Holy Wound of Compunction, there we are. There's the Holy Wound of Contrition and the Holy Wound of something else as well. So there we go. That's very cool. So let's have a look at this thing. What is it? Mark left by the golden visage that reveals the cleanliness of compunction in the soul of the penitent one. Alright. Whatever you say. Santa Credo, verse 3. The door to the mother will open if the three wounds were to be joined together. The mother would suffer a crack, the enclosure would end up broken, and the forbidden would be profaned. Right, alright. Well, that's going to happen, I'm afraid. So, this is what we need. Lovely. Delicious. Golden thimble filled with burning oil. We need to take that down to our tree friend. Down in the... oh, hello.
You have carried out the first humiliation of penance.
Alright.
You have been allowed to behold the visage of compunction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You have yet to prostrate before two last holy visages.
Ah, okay.
Song forbidden.
You too. You too. Now, what's through here? Let's have a look. Can't remember. Oh, it's one of these. Oh, well, we don't really need it. It's all been done. We've got everything. Nothing we can do there. Sorrowful be the heart. It's a nice sign-off. I like that. Okay. Now, where are we going? Well, I suppose we need to go down into where the olive trees wither first. Excuse me. You know what? It'd be easy just to kill her, wouldn't it? There we go. Hello, you. Yeah, I do wonder what they're going to do with Blasphemous 2. Where is it going to be set? Is it going to be set like in Old Custodia before this era? Is it going to be a prequel or a sequel? Is it going to be set after the Penitent One changes everything? Because when he takes on Escribar's mantle at the end of the game, if you get the good ending, he becomes like a martyr to the miracle and he changes everything. So Custodia itself would change. The nature of the miracle and the way it manifests would change, right? So the world would be very different. That would be interesting. It would be an interesting world to explore. The Penitent One's world, with the Penitent One's miracle. Not necessarily a good thing, considering what a complete violent sadist he is. It's one of those weird games which positions you as the player in a very strange position. You are not a good guy as the Penitent One, that's for damn sure. This is not a crusade of redemption or anything like that. I mean, it's pretty dark. In fact, the motivations of the Penitent One are very sketchy indeed. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Why is this going well? Okay, so what do I need to do? Oh, hello. Oh, Tears of Atonement. Oh, there's a cherub down there as well. Definitely want that. Like I said, as many of them as possible. Still lots to explore here, though. Ah! Very useful. Could have got that before, really, and made the fight with the Lady of the Charred Visage much easier. Oh, well. We got her, nonetheless. Makes you wonder how long these souls have been haunting these mountains, doesn't it? Just sort of in their own state of penance and grief and fuck. Okay, I'm not going to let you suffer through all of that. I'll get right back there. That was brilliant. That was fantastic. I enjoyed that very much. That was a great death. And there's my guilt. Thank you. I like the way the game rubs it in. You know, it calls your death guilt. You should feel guilty, apparently, for dying so brazenly. Well, that's useful. Woo! Excellent. Okay, I can get back to where the olive trees wither from here. I do believe. Quite easily, actually, yeah. The music is gorgeous here. The Saita's up there. You can see on the corner of the map. Not the Saita, the Amanasida. The Saita is the horn. These guys who throw the oil are pains. You find them throughout Custodia as well. They're in various different parts of the game. I'm looking forward to when we get to the Library of Negated Words. That's one of my favourite areas of the game. I am given to believe there's lots of new secrets there too. They've really expanded the Library of Forbidden Words. Negated Words, rather. Music is gorgeous in this game. Ah, here we are. Yeah.
I feel the boiling oil entering my frigid veins.
Oh, that must be nice.
I can still answer the call.
Okie dokie, man. Whatever you say. No answer. We've got to wait now. Basically, when we come back, there'll be an item in his place. But I think we've already got it. It'll just be Tears of Atonement. But it's worth doing. It's a nice little sort of narrative to follow through. I like to do all the little narrative arcs in the game if I can. Ooh, I want that. I think it's another bone, but I definitely want it. The bones have got much more of a purpose now with the new add-on. Much more of a purpose. Ow! Fucking hell, I'm not doing well here, I can tell you. Okay, right. Well, probably not worth trying to kill them. Him, on the other hand. I never noticed before, when you hit him the bell rings. Just never noticed that before for some reason. It's cute though, it's a nice detail. Yes. Oh. There we are. Oh, I knew there'd be another one. There's always another one. Okay. Oh god, this is going to be tricky. It's a bit of an assault course, this. Gotcha. Whoa, fuck. That was close. He nearly knocked me off then. Oh, you've got to be quick here, otherwise they are going to knock you off. Whoa. Okay, what have we got here? Coccyx of Daniel the Possessed. Alright. It is said that Daniel appeared inside a castle. He cried that he had been possessed by a shadow as he slept, and also claimed to have maintained carnal relations with underground creatures. Oh. Oh, is that why his bone is here? Does it mean those creatures? Ugh. I mean, no judgment or anything, Daniel, man, but... Ugh. I mean, there are kinks and then there are kinks, right? Ah, there we go. So what have we got? Ah, just Tears of Atonement. It's normally an item of some description. It's, I can't remember what it is. But still, very cool. We're not doing too badly, actually. I mean, one of the things we can do now is go and get the Escribar statues. Got Mercy Dreams there. Mercy Dreams is like a transitional area more than anything. Wasteland of Buried Churches, Albiro. Still got to do Hondo. And find lots of stuff in, yeah, the Wasteland of Buried Churches. Lots of stuff. But while we're here... This is what, in terms of atmosphere, this is one of my favourite areas of the game, the Wasteland of Buried Churches. I think it's just brilliant. The notion that Custodia is just a wasteland of old faiths and religions that have been declared blasphemous, been declared excommunicate. And the Penitent One's order is just the latest, right? It's very cool. Of course, Escribar made a mistake in that regard. Or did he? I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, when you fight Escribar at the end, it seems like he's inviting you to do this. It's like you're predestined to end his reign and his particular era of the grievous miracle. Which makes sense, because, of course, you know, as the Penitent One, you were resurrected by the miracle. You were dead. You were very comprehensively dead. Oh, hello again. It's you.
Indeed, sister of mine. Our encounter is approaching.
Says
The
you.
miracle will protect me. I do not need your protection this time.
Oh, you might.
Leave me alone.
Oh, that's mean. Huh? Well, it's you told, isn't it? Eh? Consider yourself told. Right, we can do this Escribar challenge. I can show you how they work. So, you can destroy the statues, and if you've got the pearl on you, and if the pearl is sufficiently desecrated, this will appear. But only if the pearl is saturated with desecration, with guilt. And the way you accrue guilt is by dying while you're wearing the pearl. The more you die, the more guilt it accrues, basically. This is an easy one, if I remember correctly. This is actually the easiest one. I mean, there's nothing challenging about this. This is really easy. Some of these are very tricky, though. Some of them are, like, boss encounters. They're very tough. Ah, I thought there might be another one. Let's deal with the gentleman here in his Wheel of Pain first, though. Wheel of Torment, rather. I love the crying statue in the background. That's very cool, isn't it? Oh, this is a bit trickier. It's a bit trickier. Not too bad, though. Okay, right. One of the big problems with these enemies is you can knock them off the screen, and they can still attack you, which is slightly problematic. Hello? Oh, it's you guys. Okay, that's not so bad. Deal with these first, and then... yeah, that's it. Whoa, you just got to be so careful of them. If they catch you with that, it knocks you flying. Take them down from a distance, that's the easiest thing to do. I love the implications of the buried guys. It's as though they've buried themselves out of penance. That's their particular sacred pain. It's gross, really. I mean, what is the implication of these guys? That they were like unclean sorcerers or something, and they're bound here? Something like that, anyway. Ow, thank you. These are actually much easier with this particular penance on. The one that alters the way you you accrue health. It makes these much easier, I've got to say. I think this is the last one. Yeah, this is tough. Oh my god, there are so many of them. Fortunately, when they cluster together like that, it makes it much easier. Right, you can kill like multiple ones at once. It's very cool. Okay. I think that's it for this one. Yay! Detestatio Sacorum! That's the first of our Escribar challenges done. This will cause the thorns around his sword to grow. So we get a new version of them now. There we are, the budding sprout. Small gift from Deogracius, nailed into the effigy of the twisted under the guard of your sword. The thorns arisen from the miracle feed on sin and guilt, growing with the burden that its bearer carries. Indeed. Indeed. Deogracius' farewell, Brother Abbot. You know that I have been a scribe in this abbey since I was but a wee child. I have written about our church, our saints, and our miracle of the greatest pain. I must inform you that I have made the decision to leave, although I intend to continue writing. In these walls I cannot be a true witness of the words of the miracle. I need to appreciate with my own eyes your holy works. I will be a teller of the miracle wherever it takes me, rain or shine, or scorching sand under my bare feet. Well, there we are. That's Dios Gracias. It's part of Dios Gracias's confession, I suppose. It's part of his journals. When we come back, my loves, we will delve even deeper into Custodia. Until then, my dears, well, where will we go next time? Oh, there's lots of places we could go. Until then, bye-bye!